Oh, it's finally time I got back to playing games people actually want to see me play. Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant, welcome to Shovel Knight! Has anyone not heard of this game by this point? Probably just me, because I haven't played it before. I'm not going to be labeling this as blind because I have seen a number of people play it through, including speedrunners. However, I am completely incompetent at this game, so it's essentially a blind LP without the blind tags. I did spend a little time playing around with the controls to make sure everything worked and the recording is fine, but we're starting with a fresh file here. Now, those of you who aren't that familiar with the indie developer scene may not have heard of this, but I think most people have by this point. Shovel Knight is essentially like a Mega Man-ish reboot with the 8-bit graphics and everything developed by Yacht Club Games. I believe it was one of the games that was kickstarted, and one of the few very, very well-received successes. It's just one of those games that I haven't had the opportunity to play myself. I picked it up with the Steam sale during the summer, and I just haven't gotten around to playing it until now, and I figured this is a good an excuse as any to finally get into it. So we have our protagonist. He wields a shovel as a weapon, and he has to fight all of these guys. Why anyone would bring a shovel to a gunfight, I don't know. He must be really good with wielding that shovel. But he lost the love of his life, Shield Knight. And some bad stuff is going on in the background. So it's up to us to do something about it. So just like with all of your standard Mega Man type games, you have two buttons that you really use. You have the jumping button and the attacking button. And in this game you also have a downward stab. Now this is the thing that's probably going to take me the most getting used to, because once you activate the down stab, you can't deactivate it unless you do that. That's pretty much all I know about this game. But you dig stuff up, you get money for it, you can kill enemies with the shovel, it's pretty great, you can juggle them. We also have a little magic meter, or mana, which is what those little blue pots are for. Those have absolutely no meaning to us right now, so all we're doing is just digging around, collecting stuff, breaking things. Standard tutorial level, really helpful to get used to the controls. I can't guarantee this is going to be 100% because chances are I'm going to miss things, as I'm prone to doing. So this one's really just going to be about me exploring around, trying to have fun with a game I've never played before, and hopefully those of you who have, take it a little bit easy on me, remember what it was like when you first played. Because I think this is one of those games that isn't all that difficult, hopefully. But it's one that I just want to have fun with. And I figured, even though there are a number of other games that I've been playing on my own, a couple of which I've been doing live streams of, and those of you who follow me on Twitch know about them, but I figured this was as good a game as any to do for a bit of a Let's Play, so hopefully it won't be an utter train wreck. And if it is, at least hopefully it's an entertaining one. I also know to look for secrets on the walls and stuff. But the music in this game is probably one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a very long while. Am I really gonna die to this thing? I wonder how many hits it takes. Never seen someone actually fight this thing legitimately. I know you can jump over him. But I just wanted to give him a legitimate shot. Little skull things. Oh, I can hurt you with that. That's nifty. But the music in this game, I forget if they mentioned that they made sure that whatever music that they did would be 100% compliant with, like, NES standards, so you could play the music exactly as you hear it the same way you would be able to on an NES cartridge. I don't know if there's any truth to that, or if there are a couple of caveats to it, but it's really neat if that's the case. And of course you have the 8-bit style, which is really neat as well. And I do know to look for secrets. I keep pressing the attack button when I want to attack down. So there are bits and pieces of this game I have seen before, but since I'm playing it for the first time, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be able to execute it. And as we've seen in the past, chances are I won't be able to, even if I know about it. So let's just have some fun with this one. And I think on occasion I'm just going to get stuck listening to the music because I enjoy it so much. I have to say, it's probably one of the favorite soundtracks I have of a game that I've never actually played before. Just brings back so many memories. Even though I never owned an NES, I did own a Game Boy and had similar music to it. And I do see that thing on the wall there, so I didn't want to destroy the thing below. How the heck do you get that? Can you jump to that? I don't think so. Maybe I was supposed to bounce off of it, dude. Hey, dude, you want to come over here? I think it would take a bit too long. Let's not do that. I also know this is food. Food is good for you. Wonder if there's anything else up here besides you. Is there any advantage to breaking all this stuff? I guess they all have little things in them. And these we have to bounce off of. I told you the one thing that's probably going to take me the most getting used to is that down stabbing. But I think I've gotten the hang of everything else. I do see that over there. Not being able to jump on things is going to be a bit strange, though. Used to games like Mario where you can just bounce off of things' heads. Can't do that here. Oh boy. Yeah, this is... You know what? I could use the practice. So, one of the reasons why I tend not to do games I've never played before, even though it seems like most of the games I've been doing have been like that lately, I just like taking in the atmosphere, and I'm usually not... Where the heck did you come from? Were you just hiding in the wall like that? Silly skull, dude. I usually like to just take... I was not expecting that. I usually just like to take in the sights and the sounds, so I don't talk that much when I play a game for the first time, which is why I try not to do games I've never played before, unless I know there's going to be a lot of downtime and stuff to talk about. But I felt like doing something a little bit different for this game. Well, not a little bit different, I mean in doing a game like this, not different with this game. I think that much is obvious. These levels are a bit longer than I thought they would be. I guess that's not a bad thing. I don't imagine they get any shorter. Okay, and I guess while we're here I can show off... I know you can skip him. So like I said, are you just gonna stand there or are you gonna jump off? Hooray! Like I said, I have seen this game played before, but that does not necessarily mean I know how to do what I saw. And a lot of the secrets I do not know about. So this is going to be... I don't know how many times I want to keep saying the same thing. This is probably the least entertaining start to a Shovel Knight Let's Play you've ever seen. But one of those things about doing a game for the first time, you can't necessarily redo the first episode no matter how bad you think it is. And I have to tell you, just about every first episode I've ever done of a blind LP I have not been happy with. But there's no going back. Because if you want to give your first reactions, those are your first reactions. Tough luck if you don't like them. I don't know how many more secrets they would hide in a tutorial level. You have to get used to running and jumping with the downstabbing. Because it's still not that intuitive to me yet. I believe that's food. Yeah, so I did play through the first level to make sure that the recording was good, but after that I have little idea of what I'm doing. But my shovel is made of steel. Hi, buddy. So I do know that there is a way you can stun lock this guy. I, of course, can't do it. And I'm also very, very bad at beating him, but what else is new? So there are a couple of things I know, like I know you can reflect magic, I know you can do the stun lock like I mentioned. But like I said before, just because I know it exists does not mean I'm very good at it. That's probably going to be this Let's Play in a nutshell. He usually doesn't let me do that. Usually when I get close to him, he just messes with me. But yeah, reflecting magic is kind of a fun thing. Always like doing that. Being able to use an enemy's attack against them is always a good feeling. In any game. Did I just beat that whole level without dying? Oh well, I guess that's the tutorial out of the way. I have no idea what I'm doing after this point. I guess I'm sleeping. There's Shield Knight. I guess he's dreaming. Catcher. Oh, I can move. Do I have to move? Oh, I can jump and get out. Can I dig this up? Oh. Thanks, Smokey. Whoa. Got some Mario 3 going on here. Guess I can't go anywhere else. Hi, village. Sorry. Will do. I tried walking. Can I go in the house? Can't go in the house. That doesn't sound like something I want to do. Turkeys and apples restore your life. Oh, so it wasn't chicken. Faraway bags and gems. Yeah, that I do know about as well. I'm glad somebody does. Hi, bird. I think I have a couple of... is that an animal walking around? I have a couple. Oh man, gold. Oh, the Black Knight music. Can you do that now? Play me a song. Oh, there are a bunch of them. I guess some of these had to come by default, otherwise I only picked up 2 or 3. It's a shovel, it's perfectly fine. What do you have against my shovel? Oh, does that play throughout the entire village? Sure, why not? Health is good. Oh, I can buy a set. Ooh. Maybe not yet. Maybe there's other stuff for me to buy. If there isn't, I'll come back and get another one. Oh yeah, sure enough. Life extension. And your mana, I guess? Oh, guess I can't do anything with that yet. Down? Hi, ladies. What you doing down here? Your bar stool. Oh, poor guy. Why would he call himself King Knight if he wasn't the king? That doesn't make any sense. How do you know that? That number's going to increase before the end, I promise you. I think you're a witch. Oh, I can't go that way. Oh, yes, I can. Hi there, little lady. You look interesting. That's not too much, okay. Oh, I have to hit things. I see, I think. I'm not very good at it. Points, please. I wonder what the high score is I need to beat. I'm terrible with this. I can't time killing things. It's like the speed sort of changes as you come down. Is it 100? I hope it's 100. Did I win? Oh, 152. Nice. I hope that was everything I needed. Something over the right? Looks like it. Oh, it's dark in here. Oh, did you tell me about all the bad guys? Are you Chugga Conroy? Because everybody who thinks that somebody says a bad pun thinks it's Chugga Conroy. I think he is. Okay, tell you what, we'll come back to you later. I think he has a bunch of those. Fish friend? Who? Half trout and half apple. Pronounced like mouthful. So troutful? Probably troutful. Sure? Why not? And since we don't have enough money left to buy the other meal ticket, I guess we'll buy the other one. I don't know what it's used for, but hopefully we'll learn. Hail! You have... Ooh, you have stuff. Yeah, I remember the guy in the village said something about fishing things up, so I guess we'll buy this. Hold up and press X. Okay, I'll have to remember that when we go over a pit or something. Is that a bit of the wall that I could break, or is that... It looks a bit different up there. It is different. How about that? I just noticed the crack in the metal. I was like, that looks a little bit weird. I don't imagine there's anything I can break down here, though. I'm gonna have to look out for those all over the place, aren't I? Oh, that's gonna be fun. So I think there's still a little part of the village we haven't been to yet. Although now that we have a thing we can use, maybe we can buy more magic now. It's 1500, okay. And there's... Dude! Oh, you know what? I do know that this is a thing that you can do if you're not terrible at it. Oh, I left the village. No, must go back and bounce on the ring. This is a thing that we're doing before the thing is over. I'd also got 2 music sheets for you. I probably shouldn't be glossing over those. We do have enough money for more magic, though. I guess we'll do that, then. Might as well if we have the money for it. Okay, guy, I am bouncing on your thing. I was able to bounce on it all the way over to the left side, or the right side, but... Oh, I did get it. Hooray! Might as well talk with the other ones, then. Already played. Really? He's so happy. Well, who did you think I was? Sword Knight? I think I saw you on the other side. Antelope Girl. No, come back here! Oh, that's a shame. Wonder why she won't talk to you. You look interesting. Yeah, I wish I knew too. They look heavy to me. Does that help? Now, were you the one I talked to, or was it the pink one? No, I haven't yet. I think I'm talking to... Did they go from the left side of the screen to the right side? I think a couple of these talked to on the other side of the village. There's an old man. Not Hoop Kid. I agree with you. How do I get up there? Do I need to bounce off the ring to get there? Maybe I do. Maybe I can jump off of you. Aha! Alright, so we got one more music thing. I guess we'll take it back to what's his name, and then we'll call it an episode. I don't know how entertaining this has been, but I do know that this game is really good, and I'm hoping that it at least turns out to be better than the first video has made it seem. Alright, so which ones do we have now? We have almost all of the ones on the first page. Spin Ye Bottle. Oh yeah, I like that one. I imagine we don't have any music we haven't been able to hear yet. I should probably turn off that broadcasting thing. Alright, so this has been the first episode of Shovel Knight, and this has been UniversalGiant. Hopefully, again, this becomes more entertaining than this was when we actually get into real levels. But until then, I'll see you next time. I don't know if that made any sense, but it's a thing that I said, deal with it.